Owen Rubik's Master here on this pleasant Friday afternoon with another video. Now, I just logged on and got hit with an update, which I'd gone and read the Kixeye War Commander Rogue Assault webpage and saw that this update was coming, but it appeared that it was pretty old. But apparently now, if you look in the top left, in between the missions button and your rank, they've taken the infamy and made it its own separate little tab that you can click because there's a new leaderboard. And it shows you your personal ranks, global. And that's taking forever to load. Okay, top players. Yeah, it just started, so people aren't hitting it too hard. Oh, wow. Been a little while since I looked at the leaderboards of any sort. That's a lot of infamy for the #1 alliance there. That's pretty crazy. And apparently does it tell you what you get? Divisions, lieutenant, major. Okay, so I haven't actually played a match yet since this came out. So as soon as I play a match and I get my infamy back, I will be in the captain section, but I'm pretty close to major, so maybe I'll try and get that tonight. This is pretty cool because some people are just more motivated by arbitrary leaderboards than I am, which I know motivates a lot of people in this game. But now, having actual divisions we can be in, a badge to have, and apparently there's bonus medal for the divisions you're in, either at the end of, you see up here where it says, on the top right, where it says resets in, is that days? Yeah, 9 days, 7 hours, 11 minutes, and 44 seconds. That's how long you have to try and get as high as you can possibly go and get that extra bonus medal. This motivates me far more than a leaderboard that I have to go through a menu to try and find. This is pretty cool. Something that's always going to be on my screen top left, showing me just how bad I am compared to everybody else. That's going to motivate me. So, let's refill all my stuff. First time I've checked in today. Been pretty busy. Also, La Muerte is coming back, I guess Sunday? Yeah, that would be like afternoon Sunday because they're choking us on those sniper parts. Gotta play their event and give them money to get those sniper parts. No biggie there. I think did I miss a La Muerte event in the time I was gone? I feel like I did. So this will be totally new for me. I'll have to see what's changed in the bases and all that stuff. Now, this, call me crazy, but this is something I only noticed a couple days ago, is the new equipment slot in all these units. The armor has stayed the same, except for the image, because they show an armored jacket, but that's not an armored jacket, that's a combat vest. It's just a cloth thing for you to wear your body armor over that makes it more comfortable. Whatever. Hey, at least I got OCP, they got the uniform color right, that's pretty cool. But this is what's new. The second slot. And I see this as being something that they're probably going to have to balance a little bit more in the future, and definitely balancing between units, as Skylice, I don't know if that's how you pronounce your name, but it's Skylice pointed out on my last video. Right now, the black Humvees, the Humvee IFVs, are really dominating the battlefield, so obviously they have to balance those little things out. But when this equipment is something that I foresee being able to be a really good balancing tool between making old units viable again. Because when you looked at units between basically the rifleman and machine gunner, there really was absolutely no reason to have a rifleman over the machine gunner. Now, with the equipment differences, the equipment on the rifleman increases overall damage. Well, this increases overall damage too, so forget that with those guys. Still screwed over there. This one increases splash damage. That's a little bit more unique. I don't see that being all that useful, except maybe if you're, well, if you have mortarmen in your defenses and you're trying, they'll do more damage to groups of infantry or tanks. The tanks is where I really saw the cool stuff start. So, this one makes the Rhino faster. There we go. Also, they're pretty cheap, too. The first several levels only require 1 card, and then it goes up to 2. They're really cheap, even to buy with gold. But this one increases my speed. My speed now is plus 10%, which is 5. Now, basically what that did, it wasn't all that long ago that they did the balance, if you want to call it that. It was actually kind of an unbalance, where they changed the speed and some other values of the vehicles that made the Abrams and the Rhino the exact same speed, meaning that you would never use a Rhino once you got an Abrams. And I clicked on you, so please come up. Yeah, the Rhino speed used to be 55, which made it a little bit faster a little bit faster than the Abrams. So in some instances, you would use it. But now, with the speed boost, the Rhino can always be faster than the Abrams, but with the Abrams special equipment, it can take its increased health to the next level and just be that much more able to soak in damage. So maybe now you'll want to have a platoon that has Rhinos and others that have Abrams, depending on how fast you need to get into a base. If you're trying to get in on salvo turrets and mortars and you're trying to dash in and destroy railguns, you're going to want a really fast platoon, so you would want Rhinos with a major speed boost, definitely more than just the 5%. 5 speed doesn't do that big of a difference, but if it was 10 more speed, you're really getting into it. Wait a second, I saw something that I didn't see before. Max per squad. Huh. 20. Not really sure what that means. Max per squad, but couldn't even fit 20 in a thing. Oh well, I'm not going to worry about that too much. I'll figure that out later. These other ones, some of them, S13s, I believe, just increased damage done. Yeah, damage. Though I don't get why they increase it by so little, because this one already does damage. 14. See, the numbers don't even add up, because the damage shown here is in DPS, but the equipment just says it increases damage by 10, which is an arbitrary number because it's saying here that it's increased by 9. And 9 in light of 453 is almost nothing, so that little bit of equipment is almost useless. Something I did want to see, the equipment between these is probably the same. Increases Humvee range. That didn't mean to click on that. Oh, but this one as opposed. I cannot talk today. Forgive me, guys. Anyway, as opposed to the S13, the rocket buggy increases its range, meaning it can engage targets at a little bit sooner. It's not ever going to outrange any of your turrets, but it will be able to attack sooner and start dealing damage. So if you're trying to go for survivability, you would want to use your rocket buggy, and that's in keeping with the rocket buggy having higher health anyway. If you're wanting to destroy stuff as quickly as possible, like what I was saying before about having a platoon with Rhinos in it, you would want those Rhinos to be backed by S13s to deal as much damage as possible to make up for the Rhinos not having as much health. Okay, so I was looking at the Humvee IFV. Does it share the same equipment? It does. Awesome. And I love that it increases the range. The Humvees with increased range is pretty awesome. Love it, love it. And evidently I just can't say awesome enough, because awesome is just an awesome word. Excuse me. Also helicopters, the Cobra, increased range. 9%. Pretty sweet. What does the Hind do? Does it show me? Health. So keeping with the tank theme. That's pretty cool though. So this is, like I said, it just kind of excites me. I know the balancing is still way off and it's always been kind of an issue here, but it is kind of obvious they're working on it. And one thing I did point out quite a few months ago, well, not that many months ago, because the game hasn't even been out for that long. Just speaking in hyperbole here, but something I did mention soon after I started making videos was that I could see the units getting a little stagnant with having basically when you unlock the next unit, the old unit is instantly outdated. That's always really bad for a game. But with them starting to include things like this and diversifying units of the same type, I think that could really be a good sign for this game. It needs to go a little bit of a step farther. I don't think there's that much of a difference yet that it really sways my choices and what I'm picking. But again, it's promising. Anyway, let me know what you guys think about that, especially this new leaderboard thing. I think it's really cool. It's going to get me involved in this game, especially engaging in PvP more than I ever did before, because before I never was really interested in it. To me, it just made me think people were going to attack me more and I'd lose my medal, so I'd rather just stick to myself. But now I'm going to be a bit more adventurous and go out there and attack people. But anyway, let me know what you guys think, and until next time, y'all have an awesome day.